Hey guys, hello. My name is Sachin and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making this tutorial for those who want to learn Selenium and who are new to Selenium. And by this tutorials, a series of tutorial I'll be presenting, and by going through all this tutorial, I believe that the person would be able to learn something good and you can implement the same in the project as well. So today in this tutorial we are going to see the basic introduction of Selenium. So let's go one by one. So let's start with brief introduction. So as you can see, Selenium is a suite of tools specifically for automating web browser. So Selenium was made to automate your actions on web browsers. Like you simple example is like you want to log in into Gmail, then you type your username, then your passwords, then hit enter or hit login button. So all these things are recorded and you can also write a code for that and then execute time and time again, and you would be uh, seeing the results same. So this is how the automation is, that you can write a script once and you can run it thousand more times like that. So Selenium is basically for, as I said, that it is only used for web browser applications, and you can automate the applications that are hosted on web. Or Selenium cannot be used for desktop. This the reason being is like Selenium was the basic, the core of Selenium is written in JavaScripts. So as you know that desktop application cannot understand JavaScript language and browser only understand JavaScript. So that's why the Selenium is used for automating web browsers application only. So Selenium has a brief evaluation from IDE to WebDriver. Currently, we are using WebDriver, and IDE is a very simple tool that we can use for playback and record and playback kind of thing. So we'll see all two or three tools that Selenium had previously, and we'll also focus mostly on the present scenario, that is Selenium 2.0 in our later tutorials. So let's see the basic introduction of IDE now. Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE is an integrated development environment for Selenium scripts. It is implemented as a Firefox extension. That means that Selenium IDE is only available as an extension of Firefox browser. You cannot have a Selenium ID for Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer like that, you know. And what are the features? What are the features are, it is easy to use, it is simply a record and play. You can record your action in your Firefox browser and you will see that Selenium ID records your action, and whenever you are saving that test cases, it runs as you recorded. So it's simple as use it uses a Celinese command. So we'll see what are the Celinese command. These are like type, click and wait. These are the action that we are going to perform on ID. We'll see in the short. Also, it is used to debug and set breakpoints. As I said, it is only available for Firefox, and we can also save this test as Java bindings. We can also save as a Ruby script, C sharp like that. So we, in short, we whatever the recorded actions are there, they can be exported as a Java file. So here is a look of Selenium IDE. I have taken the snapshot. I'll show you how we use this, and I'll show the demo as well. So this is how the Selenium IDE is, and you can see here is an open command. Sorry. Here's an open command. So here's a base URL. Base URL is nothing but your URL that you are using for automation. So here is a base URL, and these are the set of commands you see. Command open, then type your username, type. These are all recorded. They are all done using record and playback. So I've not done anything in this. These are just automatically recorded, and when I play this, you will see that it will run. So let's see this. So here is my code, right? So as you can see, There's an open command, there's a type. These are the command that I was talking about. These known as a type and wait, click and wait. These are the Selenium command. So these are the target. Target is nothing but an element in the web application that you want to identify, like name is equal to username would be a text box. Say suppose a text box whose identification is being identified using name equal to username. And within the text box, what value you want to put. I have put Mercury here. Similarly for the password, and then I'm clicking on the login button. So let's see how it runs. Yeah, so the error has been resolved. Actually, the problem was that my Mozilla Firefox has to be open because I have recorded in that way. So let's see. So you just right click on this, play the test suite from here, and you'll see the recording has been done here. You can see the Mercury has been typed. The password has been typed already, and it is waiting for login. Yeah, so it is done automatically. As you can see, these are the steps that we have recorded, and you can run it again and again. Again, we can try, again, we can run this. You will see this again. You see this Mercury has been typed. You see password. Again, it has clicked on the sign in button, and we'll wait for the next page to load. Yeah. So likewise, it happens in Selenium IDE. So these are the basic IDs. So you see this is a base URL. I have the open command, this type, click and wait. So you can start with this. It is very simple for the new ones, and it's very easy. You can also, you see this, you can export this to the test cases as the many things like Java and Python as well as a C sharp like this. So recently this has been updated, so you see many options here. Previously it was not there. So let's come to our slides. So this was the ID. Next comes Selenium 1.0 or 1.0, which is called as an RC, that's a remote control server. So what was the problem with IDE is that we cannot use our own language. We cannot use or we cannot code in Java. So what they did is was Selenium RC was came into picture, and they developed a server. They allowed a user to write a code in Java, to write a code in C sharp, and just use a RC server in order to convert our coding into a command that a browser understand. So that's how the Selenium RC was. So you can see in the browser, in the diagram, you see here is my Java, Ruby, Python, or PHP.NET, whatever the language that you use to code. We can use this coding here. We can use to write a code in Java. Then we have to run a remote control server here, which converts our Java code into a JavaScript language, JavaScript command that a browser can understand. So in this way, the RC used to do our execution. So as you understood, right? So first of all, you have a Java language, Java code. Then you send this code to a Java server, to a remote server, sorry. So you will send this code to remote server. This server will convert your Java coding into Selenium core JavaScript command, and these core commands would be able to understood by your browser, different browser. So you have a Selenium core for Internet Explorer, you have for Firefox, for Chrome, for Safari, as many as you can, like that. So this was the RC. So what are the disadvantages of RC was is that it was very slow, because you have a middleman, right? You have a RC control server which used to compile, which used to take your command, take your file, Java file, so, for example, to convert that Java file into a JavaScript executor. Then it will pass it to the browser, so it takes some time. So that was the main bottleneck. Also, Selenium was RC was not able to handle the dynamic web pages. It was not able to handle pop-ups that come across in our web applications, alert pop-ups. So with the help of RC, it was not possible. So what they did is to bring the newer version of Selenium, which is a combination of Selenium 1.0 and WebDriver, which is nothing but an API that is provided in Java's and different languages, C Sharp and Ruby. So with a combination of 1.0 and RC with WebDriver, they developed a Selenium 2.0 version, which is very popular nowadays, and mostly everyone uses Selenium 2.0 now. So let's see. WebDriver is designed in a simpler and more concise programming interface, along with addressing some limitation of Selenium RC. So as I said, there were some limitation with Selenium RC. It has to be used with a Selenium server, remote server. So in Selenium WebDriver, we don't have to use any server. It directly interacts with the browser. So whenever we write a code in Java using a WebDriver API, it will directly goes to your browser. It does not require any middleman. So thereby it improves your quality, it improves your efficiency of executing the automation testing as well. Also, WebDriver is a compact object-oriented API when compared to Selenium 1.0. So it supports object-oriented programming as well. It drives the browser much more effectively and overcomes the limitation of 1.x, which affected our functional test coverage like file upload, as I said, download, pop-ups, and dialog box barrier like that. So here is the architecture of WebDriver API. So you see in the right hand side of this, you have your code bindings, that is in C Sharp, Java, Python, Ruby, whatever language, and it provides a driver API, WebDriver API. Using WebDriver API, you have written a code in Java, and it will directly interact with your multiple browsers. So it is as simple as that. Some features of WebDriver is also very special, like it handles pop-up, it handles file upload scenario easily, it is very fast, it supports headless browser testing. Now what do you mean by headless browser testing is that whenever you want your browser to run your test scripts without showing you anything on the screen, that is, it runs in the background, it runs in the background, you will not be able to see your screen, that whether it is login in or login out and all. So whenever you're sure that your scripts run very fine without any blocks, you can use HTML driver, unit driver, which is a headless browser, and you'll see that your testing becomes very fast because it does not involve any screen capturing and all. So it is very good and very fast. So this was the basic introductions of Selenium. So we'll see in our next topic that how to use Selenium 2.0, and we'll download Java files, we'll download that is Java jar files for Selenium, we'll use Eclipse, and we'll see how to use a basic script and use a Selenium 2.0 to run our browser. Thanks a lot for watching this video.